Hello and welcome to this new Android development tutorial. This is part 3 on how to make an PDF reader for Android. Almost forget what we were making. So we're making a PDF reader for Android. In the previous tutorials we learned how to set up the adapter, how to load the data, how to read the files, how to ask for permissions and all of that. So it turns out that I have actually fixed the internet access of this machine, but I have to restart the emulator. So I'm gonna restart the emulator here. So I will wait while the emulator is being restarted. So what we have to do in this video is we have to be able to read PDF files and to display those files into a special calendar, a special PDF view that we will get from an external source, right? So it will be pretty simple. And right now I will switch back to our Android Studio IDE while the emulator is loading. As you can see, there's the Google logo and it will be loading in the background. So what I have to do now is, well, first I have to download some PDF files on the emulator, right? So I'll actually have to wait for the emulator to boot up and I will go to the internet and download some PDF files. So please do the same and put that PDF files either on the downloads folder or on the documents folder, because those two folders we are using those two folders to read the information from. Okay, so let's wait a couple of seconds. As you can see, it says phone is starting, and now it's about to be ready, I think. Okay, now as you can see, the internet access is fixed, and I can go on to the internet and actually download some things, some PDF files. So I'm on the Google Chrome application right now, and I think it's kind of slow because it's receiving the app. But we will say, um, for example, soccer PDF or whatever PDF. You type that on Google, and you will hopefully be able to see PDF files. So here we have a soccer coaching manual. So it's been downloaded right now. Okay, and as you can see, download complete, which is great. And here is kind of the default viewer. This is how the software manual looks like. So the PDF file is working, is not corrupted. So please also check that your PDF file is working and not corrupted by opening it with a different, PDF reader before using ours. So what we're gonna do now, we will run the application. Well, it's actually compiling still. So we will wait for the app to be compiled and be sent. Now it's been installed, as you can see. Okay, now here we have, and actually we have la84soccer.pdf. So it is working. It's listing PDF files. Now we have to have a way of reading those files. So reading PDF files is a very complex task. That's why we will use external library. To import external library, we will go under here at the left under Gradle scripts and under build.gradle, the app one, so the second file right here. And inside dependencies, that right here, we will write a new line, which will start with implementation, single quotes. Okay, so implementation, single quotes, and what we will write here will be the following. We will write com.github.bartek sc colon android minus pdf minus viewer viewer colon 2.8.2. Okay, so this is the library we're gonna be importing. To do that, we will click on sync now here at the top. Again, if you don't find that, you can sync with the elephant icon right here. So we are now, the IDE is downloading the source code and the library so we can access it from our application. So we will wait a bit. As you can see, this uses the PDFume library, which is a very known library and very stable and very powerful library, right? So we're waiting here for this to be loaded. And after we do this, we have to go to our XML file. So let me close the item file, the styles file, the Android manifest because we don't need, the environment we don't need, colors we don't need, and we'll go to our activity main.xml file. Okay, so here we have our list view right here, right? But now we kind of create our PDF view. To create a PDF view from the library, we're gonna type com.github.bartexc, so the IDE auto-generates this for you, that PDF viewer, PDF view, okay? So then we're gonna say ID, of course we have to close this element too. And we're gonna set the ID of this, so ID, Android ID, will be set to PDF view, okay? Now the layout width of this, layout width, do we have width? Why don't we have width? Layout width will be set to match parent, and layout height, so just height, height, layout height will be also set to match parent. But this view won't be visible by default, so we will hide it. We will set visibility to gone, and we will show it only when we want to actually read a PDF file. Great. Okay, so now we can close our activity main.xml, and we can close this Gradle file too. Now what we have to do now is we have to go to our main activity.java, and we have to create our, we have to detect when the user clicks on an item. So if I go back to the app, I want that when the user clicks, for example, on this book, I want it to open in the PDF reader, right? So how do I do that? Well, after we set the adapter, we're gonna say list view set on item click listener. So I'm gonna say list view dot on item, on item, set on item click listener, set on item click listener. And inside here, we're gonna say new on item click listener. And as you can see, the IDE will generate this code for me. And inside these, the first thing I'm gonna do is I want to hide the list view because I won't be showing it anymore when I'm reading the file. So I'm gonna say list view dot set visibility, and I'll set it to gone. Okay, so that's how I hide the list view. Then I'm gonna set the PDF view to visible, or I'm gonna create a PDF view. So I'm gonna say PDF view, and I'll call it PDF view, and I'll set it to find view by ID r.id.pdf view. So right now what I'm doing is accessing the PDF view that I created in the XML file. So after we do this, we're gonna get and create the PDF file. So to create a PDF file, we're gonna say file PDF file, and I will set this to new file, okay? And I'll set data.get the item at this position, right? So I have PDF view and PDF file. All I have to do is I have to load the PDF file into the PDF view. So it's pretty straightforward, and it's just a one-liner in which I just say PDF view that from file and I pass my file, which is PDF file, and after this I write that load. Okay, so PDF view from file, PDF file that load. So that's how basic I load a PDF file. Now let's run it and check if it works or not. Okay, so now my application is being compiled and I'm waiting for it to be sent to the emulator. Okay, so pretty straightforward so far, right? So now let's test if it actually works. Now we have here, and I'll click on this soccer PDF, and if I open this, oh, I forgot doing one thing here. I haven't set the PDF view to visible. So I'm only hiding the list view, but I'm not showing the PDF view. So after we initialize the PDF view, we should set the PDF view visibility to visible. So I'm gonna say PDF view that set visibility and visible. Okay. Now let's run the app again and check if now it works. So now I'm compiling the app and I'm installing it on my emulator. And as you can see, I will click on LA84 soccer.pdf. And as you can see, now I am able to read, I'm able to zoom out. And since this is an emulator, it's not that performant, but it's still pretty good for a PDF reader. Of course, it will look a lot better in a real device. As you can see, high school sports and all of that. So here we have a way of reading PDF files, right? Which is, of course, awesome. But now, what if we want to go back to the PDF selection menu? How can we do that? Well, we maybe want to use the back button to achieve that. So to achieve that using the back button, we're gonna do the following. After the onCreate method, we're gonna create the onBackPressed method. So we're gonna say public void onBackPressed. So this method will be called every time your back button, your Android back button is pressed. But here I have to check if we are reading or not, right? So we have to create a global variable, a boolean right here, maybe private boolean read mode, that will tell us if we are on read mode or not. And as default, this will be false. And now when we open a PDF, right here, we have to set that read mode to true. So I'm gonna say read mode, and I'll set that to true, okay? And here in onBackPressed, I'm gonna check if read mode, it means we are actually reading. So if read mode, we first of all set read mode to false because we are getting out of read mode. So read mode to false. Oops. And after I set read mode to false, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hide the PDF view and I'm gonna show the list view to restore the previous state. So to do that, we're just gonna do the following. Find view by ID r.id.pdf view, and I'll say that set visibility, and I'll set it to gone. Okay. Then I'm gonna say find view by ID r.id.list view, and I'll set visibility to visible. Okay. But what if we are not on read mode? So I'm gonna say else. If we are not on read mode, we just want to have the normal back press button. To have the normal back press behavior, we're gonna call super.onBackPressed. Okay. So now let's run the app and test if this back press functionality actually works. So I'm installing the app on the emulator. And as you can see, I will try to open this soccer again, soccer PDF, and I will show my back button. I will click on back button, and when I click on it, it goes back to the files view. the file list, the list view, and all of that. I go again, it's here. If I click back and I click back again, it just closes the app as intended. So it is working. It's working fine. It's working great, actually. So now that we are able to read PDFs, we should also think about next features we will be adding to this PDF reader. Okay, so right now we don't have lots of features, but we can add more features to this PDF reader. So to add more features, we will go and open our main activity or activity main.xml, and instead of this list view right here, I'm gonna put that list view inside a linear layout. So I'm gonna create a linear layout. The width of it will be much parent, and the height will also be much parent. Okay, the orientation of this layout, the orientation will be horizontal, and inside this I will put this list view. Okay. But the difference here is that the height of the list view, I will change it from much parent into 0 dp, and I'll set its weight to 1. Okay, so now I have here our list view and our linear layout. Now I can create another linear layout as a top bar of this thing. And of course we have to, actually we don't want to set this as horizontal, sorry. This should be vertical. So this linear layout is vertical, right? Now we want to create a horizontal linear layout inside this. So I'm gonna say linear layout with much parent. The height of this will be something like 50 dp, 50 or 60. And this time we will actually have the orientation set to horizontal. Okay, we will open these linear layout elements right here, and we can have different things right here like buttons or features. The width of every button will be the same, so width will be set to 0 dp. Okay, the height will be set to much parent, and the weight will be set to 1. Okay, for example, the text of this first thing will be delete file or something like that, like delete, you know. And I will set the ID of this button to delete button. Okay, then I can maybe have another button right here, sub button. The width will again be 0 dp. The height will be much parent. Okay, the weight will be 1. Okay, and the text of this could be maybe rename, to rename the file. And as ID, I'll put again rename button. Okay, so what we have here is basically a bar. Now, when we want to hide and show things, we don't want to keep hide and show in list view. We want to show this whole thing. Okay, so I have to set an ID to this linear layout. So I'll set ID, and I'll set files mode, for example. So this is files mode, and when we read is read mode, right? So to show and hide files mode, I'll do the following. So instead of setting list view visibility to gone, I will set files mode visibility to gone. So it'd be find view ID r.id dot files mode, and I'll set that visibility to gone. Okay, and when I click on back pressed, I'll do the opposite. Instead of setting list view visibility to visible, I'll set files mode visibility to visible. So basically this is how it will look visually. So now I'll try to run it and check if it works. Okay, so I'm installing and I'm running the app again, and as you can see I have the delete and rename buttons that doesn't do anything, but just for testing purposes that they are visible. And if I click on soccer PDF, it's shown what should be shown. If I go back, it's hidden, and here is shown what should be shown again. Okay, but now I want to be able to select my PDF files, right? So maybe for testing purposes, I also want to download more PDF files because I want to keep being able to test these things. So let's see if I can get more PDFs from the internet, like maybe basketball PDF. Okay, let's see if we can find something here. Okay, basketball rules PDF. I think this maybe will work. And as you can see here, we have another one. If we go back to our application, just from this menu right here, if we open our app, we have already basketball rules. So these will be refreshed automatically as we add more PDF files. But I want to add more. So we have soccer and basketball. Let's add maybe more sports or whatever. Um, Golf PDF, for example. Okay, and for example, here we have major changes of this and that, and we have this golf PDF that it's downloaded, hopefully. Now, when I go and say rugby PDF, World Rugby Laws, and let's check, it's being downloaded too, as you can see right there. So we wait for the download to complete, great. And here we have rugby. What else? Some may not work, so let's try to write more. So architecture PDF, because we want to download something architecture related. So it's also downloading. Okay, let's download something else like computer science PDF. Oops, let's go back. So computer science PDF. And we have introduction to computer science, as you can see. It's also being downloaded. And for now, I think that's enough. Now, if we go back to our application, we can see that we have now more PDF files ready here. If you have tons of them, you can just scroll through them as you want. Now, what we want to do here is we want to hide this top bar. We want to hide this top bar and only show it when it's needed. Okay? So let's do just that. So to hide the top bar, we're gonna go into our activity main.xml, and here we have to, so this is the top bar, this linear layout. So I will add an ID to this and I'll set it to top bar, and the visibility of this will be set to gone. Okay, great. Now I'm gonna run the app. Okay, I'm running the app right now. And I have here the app and the bar is gone. Even if I go here, if I go back, it's still gone. Let me open these other books, PDF books, to see if they are being read. As you can see, this is it's a very capable reader. Very smooth, even on an emulator. Okay, it's a lot better in a real device. Okay, so we are here and we have our top bar, which is gone. Now we want to show it when it's appropriately. So to show it, we want to set a on-long click listener on the list view. So after we set the on item click listener, I'm gonna say list view that set on item long click listener new on item long click listener. And here, instead of returning false, we have to return true in order to avoid these two methods crashing with one another. Okay, so when a long click item is clicked, right, we're gonna sort of show the top bar. So we're gonna say find view by ID r.id that top bar. And I'm gonna say set visibility to visible. Okay, so now I'm gonna run this and I'm gonna check if it works. Okay, So I'm installing the app, and I will long click on, if I just click on one of them, then nothing happens, just it's opened. But if I long click, you can see the top bar is shown, which has the options of delete and rename, which is of course great. With this feature, we will be able to select one or more than one of them in the case we want to delete multiple files and so on. Okay, so that's basically the next video that we will do that on the next video. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you in the next one. Bye.